Well, I'm working on my commemorative speech, and this is my audience tonight. It's my friend Smiley on Skype. My husband is already asleep, and I don't have anyone available else to do this tonight. So my speech is on my English teacher, or one of my English teachers in high school. Her name is Miss Mindy Clark, and she was my teacher my freshman year of high school. And she was a fairy-like little petite woman with piercing blue eyes, and that fairy-like thing might have to do with the fact that she had literal wings on the back of her chair the day I walked into her classroom for the first time, but that's another point for another story. So Miss Clark was and continues to be someone that is very influential in my life. She's been a friend and a mentor and just someone I very, very greatly look up to. I remember our first day of class and I walking in and seeing this sweet, welcoming lady, waiting for us. The newest batch of doe-eyed freshmen was, I knew that day that, she'd be one of my favorites. It might have had something to do with her demeanor, but there was just something about her that just let me know that she was going to be great. So Miss Clark was an amazing, really patient teacher. She always wanted us to be creative and, made sure that we were transitioning into high school okay, because going from middle school to high school isn't always the easiest thing to do, and she always wanted to make sure we were okay. Another thing she did was encourage my writing throughout the school year, and even after I left her classroom. She knew that I had severe doubts and insecurities about my writing and about myself in general, but she encouraged me to use writing as an outlet, and I honestly don't know what I would have done without her. Miss Clark was a very loving, gentle, and honestly goofy soul. We did a unit on Julius Caesar once, and there were jelly-filled donuts and togas involved, and it was a fun time for everyone involved. But not only was she goofy, she was just very genuine. She wore her heart on her sleeve. She wasn't afraid to cry in front of her students during a sappy moment in a movie on the unit we were studying, or if something was going on in her life, she let us know, and she was always very real with us, even though she didn't have to be. She was just our teacher. So I always appreciated that greatly. My freshman year of high school and even the following years were honestly sometimes really lonely. But I knew I could count on her classroom and her company to be kind of refuge for me. There was something about it that just was safe, and I knew that if I needed to, I could seek her and have a place to just be myself, even if that meant bothering her through her lunches or when she was trying to get papers graded. But I knew that I could go to her during those rough years, and I knew that she understood. She has always been very understanding of not just me, but all of her students. She knows that teen years can be very emotional, and you can really feel them. I mean, teens feel those things that much more. So I want to fast forward to the last day of class, and I remember so many of us being just so upset because we were going to have to leave her class for the year, and we weren't going to, have her again until our senior year because we were going to end up taking AP English 5 with her. But we just sat in there crying, and she had handwritten notes for all of her students that day, and you could tell that she just really cared about her students, and she continues to care. I still keep up with her to this day. We check in every now and then, and I know that if I ever need to, I can go to her. And that was the case after I left her class and I was with other teachers, and it was the case after I graduated high school, and it's the case today. I remember breaking up with my boyfriend 3 days before graduation, and he happens to be my husband now, but she allowed me to just not only skip 2 classes, which sounds terrible, but it really isn't. She was being very supportive, but she allowed me to sit in her classroom just to cry it out while her other students were testing, and she was patient and caring, and she was there for me, and I will never be able to thank her enough for everything that she did. But like I said, she's someone I still go to when I need advice, or when I just need to figure out what I'm doing with my life. She's been a great friend and a great mentor, and she's had one of the biggest impacts on my life from not only high school, but even to this day. But she's such a caring and devoted teacher that we met up for lunch one day shortly after I graduated, and she, had a graduation present for me, and she took the time, months of planning to create a little book for me, which I'll include pictures of in the PowerPoint, but and she showed up with that and books because she knew I loved reading, and she could, you could tell that she actually knew me and knew what I was into and how my mind worked, essentially. I swear, if she wasn't a teacher, she should probably be a counselor because she's just that great of a person. But I look forward to sending this to her and hoping that she'll enjoy my ramblings. But yeah, that was just a little bit about my favorite teacher of all time. Thanks, guys.